It's the 2K Sports pregame show. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Well, guys, for the Philadelphia 76ers, they come in off the loss to Toronto. And that does your confidence, guys, no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul in your grill.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Okafor out there with Carl Landry. Then it's Thompson. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Cannon in at the 1. Now here is Landry. He kicks it to Thompson. And he gets it to go.
You know, it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
It always seems to settle you down when you have some early success in the post.
Athens shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
That's his first personal foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
At the line for...
He hits both from the stripe.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Here's Cannon. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And he sinks the second. Now Athens with it. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
I mean, no stress in that one. The game almost looked like a shoot-around for them. Amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you see a team get that hot away from home.
And Philadelphia has possession. Athens getting their last shot to go. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and they're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
Here's Okafor. Another miss by Philadelphia.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
That's good. The Dodgers got his second bucket of the night.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Here's Covington. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
And with the 76ers, it's not just on the floor that they have stifled the progress. They've taken 2 top picks knowing they would sit out a full year just to rehab injuries.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Covington's got 5 points so far.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3. You know, one thing few people talk about with the Sixers, this plan of building through the draft and with young players, what if it actually works to their benefit? Then it would become a copycat strategy because we know in the NBA it's a herd mentality if something works.
Here's Cannon. Athens getting their last shot to go. Landry kicks to Thompson. Here's Okafor. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
For Athens, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Here's the Doctor against New Orleans, who is really on his game. Good D by Thompson.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Picked by Okafor. Here's Cannon. And he hits it to tie the game up.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Passes it to the dot. Picked off in midair. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Okafor. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Catching up on changes for Athens. Mr. Perfect, he's checked in for the Magician. Flash comes in for the Doctor. For a different look here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Landry. J.K. Sampson comes in for Robert Covington. Roten's checked in for Hollis Thompson. And it's Jackson in for Cannon. So it's Philadelphia now. Athens getting their last shot to go. And Embiid throws it down.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Now here's Jackson. He's tightly guarded. Here's Flash. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
It's Jackson with the drive, and there's the foul. It'll go on the Wizard. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
The chosen one, he's checked in for the Wizard. And the 76ers also making a change. Grant's checked in. Now here's Embiid. Here's Sampson. Missed inside. And now Athens on the break. Here's the chosen one. Again, Athens.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never in a hurry. Jackson
dishes to Roten. Grant gets a wide open look. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. The offense coming free and easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what's your take so far on Athens?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
You got the chosen one. Prophet is out there with the professor. Then it's Mr. Perfect, and it's the Magician in its center. And for Philadelphia, on the wings, Roten and Grant. Carl Landry is out there with Joel Embiid, and it's Jackson in at the point. Here's the Prophet. And a pick comes off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Here's Embiid, again, Philadelphia.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah, and Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel who sat out the season with the knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric who played overseas, and now Embiid.
Took him no time at all on that one. The chosen one's got his second bucket.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
Well, if I was being diplomatic about it, they were a little too aggressive. I mean, in reality, they took far too many fouls, and because of that, they had to go to their bench earlier than they wanted to.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard the 76ers coach as he addressed his team. He said their plan was to run their offense through Okafor. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. So, Kevin, changes already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
And thank you for that, Doris. Thompson, he's checked in for the 76ers. The 76ers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Shooting for Athens.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. For Athens, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Here's the Magician, covered by Okafor. That's good. And Athens leads by 4.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with. A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
The baseline J. Jump shot is good that time. And that's now 6 points for the Prophet.
That's an easy. We call those bunnies. That's what they need.
Picked by Okafor. Covington passes to Okafor. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Here's the Professor. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field. The 76ers trail by 5. Cannon kicks to Covington. And the basket good. Covington's got 5 points now this quarter.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Professor. Jakar Sampson's checked in for the 76ers. Athens leading by 3. 14 feet away. Athens with another miss. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Here's Okafor. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
.139 left now here in the second. There's the dish to Cannon. Jacks up a 3. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Picked by Okafor. Feeds to Thompson. Misses the 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Embiid, he's checked in for Carl Landry. Embiid the screen. Thompson for the triple. Second shot opportunity, and Embiid finishes inside. Embiid's got the lead up to 2 now for the 76ers. For Athens, they've gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against 1 make. 34 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And Athens with some changes. Mr. Perfect, he's checked in for the Magician. And it's the chosen one in for the Doctor. Philadelphia also making some changes. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Okafor. Tony Roten comes in for Thompson. And it's Jackson in for Isaiah Cannon. And Embiid throws it down.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
Embiid the screen. And he's way off from outside. And so it's a close game as we wrap up.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. They came out in the second quarter with a renewed focus, playing well enough to take a 2-point lead. And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Here we go now. The start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
You look at what Covington has done so far. 10 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
The professor out there with the prophet. Then there's the doctor. Then it's the magician. And it's the wizard in at the 4 spot. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. And here is Athens now. Following the shot by Carl Landry. Stolen. And the professor picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Catching up on changes for Athens. The general's checked in for the Wizard, and Champs subbed in for the Prophet. Here's Covington. 10 points for him. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Good.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
76ers trailing. Inside. Landry gets the bucket.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Here's the professor. The three-pointer is right on target. The professor's got 5 points now this quarter.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Timeout called, the 76ers.
Did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
And Thompson kicks to Cannon. Now here's Okafor. Defense right on him. Lets it go from 11. And Cannon gets it to go. Cannon's got 8 points.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And Athens calls time here. For Athens, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Here's the doctor. He's covered by Thompson. And he gets it to go. The General's got his second basket.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Thompson outside. The feed now to Okafor. The turnaround Jay. The shot is off. So Athens will take it the other way. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Carl Landry.
And checking out the numbers for the Magician. He's really stood out for them over the past month. He's averaging 15 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Absolutely. I mean, he has those real natural scoring instincts. The ability to find creases in the defense, just fantastic.
Catching up on changes for Athens. Mr. Perfect comes in for the General, and the Prophet subbed in for Champ. Cannon, that's a two-pointer. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Cannon's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
He feeds it to Okafor. No good. So Athens will take it the other way. The Prophet passes to the doctor. Here's Mr. Perfect. That drops. Mr. Perfect's got 8 points.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Cannon dishes to Landry. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Landry's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play. High-quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Wasted no time on that one. That's now 8 points for the Prophet.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Here's Covington. He's got 10. From 13, and he hits the jump shot. Covington's got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
The Magician, and the layup's good off the glass. The Magician's got the lead up to 7 now for Athens.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They have got to figure it out.
Pass to Mr. Perfect. And that one's good. Mr. Perfect's got 4 this quarter.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Cannon kicks to Covington. To the paint, here's Okafor, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Athens ahead, up 7. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way. And the final period of play just about to start. The 76ers trail by 7. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the 76ers. They've got Jackson. Embiid is out there with Grant. Then it's Tony Roten. And it's Sampson in at the 3 slot. Embiid, no good. Athens leading by 7. Here's the Wizard. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. The Wizards got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Athens. Roten kicks to Sampson. Screen by Grant. Roten with it. That's tipped. And now Athens on the break. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
That's a pretty serious blow, guys. I mean, they are showing they want this game more, staying active defensively and putting up some quick points.
And if they keep up this intensity over the last few minutes of this game, it's nearly impossible to have a comeback against them.
And Athens calls time here. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. During that last break, I heard Athens coach address his team. His message? I don't want us patting ourselves on the back just yet. We can congratulate ourselves after the final horn. Right now, we need to go out there and take this one home. Guys?
And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Good. Grant's got 6 here in this quarter.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you're better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have him get that good a look.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining, and that's exactly what we're getting.
The Magician, he's checked in for Athens. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Okafor's checked in.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
From the top of the key, that's in. And the Athens lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Roten. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's the Magician, and the rejection by Embiid. And that's a foul called on the Prophet. That is his first foul of the game. The Professor's checked in for Athens, and Philadelphia also making a switch. Robert Covington's checked in for Jackson. Here's Roten. Another miss by Philadelphia.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
The three cannot hit, so Athens will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Athens.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, their mid-range game has been impressive. A tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Carl Landry's checked in for Joel Embiid. Thompson comes in for Jakar Sampson. And it's Cannon in for Tony Roten. The Doctor's checked in for Flash. Here's Covington. Kicks it to Cannon. This one for three. That one goes. Count.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on it.
Athens leading by 5. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
We've seen the Professor really having a great game.
He's on fire. And they needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
And the 76ers call time here. They trail by 5. There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Landry with the screen. Cannon, the pass to Covington. Dishes it to Okafor. It's hauled in by Athens. The Magician's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's the Doctor. Here's the Magician. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. And Athens leads by 7.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Covington with the bucket.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Here's the professor. He's covered by Thompson. They grab their own miss. That's good. 10 points for the Prophet.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
The general is checked in for Athens.
Coming onto the floor for your Athens team.
The pass to Covington. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
The doctor. That's his second personal.
First free throw is good, and that trims the lead to 6. And both free throws good for Covington.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
The Prophet passes to the professor. Down low. Blanketed by the D, fights to the rim for the layup.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that. Some good play tonight for Okafor. He's got 8 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
And he's conscious, I think, Clark, of good ball movement. It needs to be a part of their game plan throughout.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. 32 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
I think it's safe to say this baby's over.
Yeah, that's fairly obvious. I'd say that's a really good assumption on your part. Took the safe route there. Wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble on that one.
Nope. Up and in with one hand, the most basic finish possible.
But he still makes it look good.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're losing by 6. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They'll get another chance. And he commits the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Nope, this one is sealed and delivered.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
Pass to Sampson. Beyond the arc. Nails the triple. 5 seconds left in the fourth. And now we've got the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Here's Cannon. Can't connect. So Athens wins it. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but Clark, a win nonetheless.
Yeah, and it appeared to me as though the fans gave them the emotional boost they needed down the stretch, Kevin. This crowd was not going to let this one slip away.
That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Let's take a look now as we give our nod to our Jordan Player of the Game. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no...
And that'll do it for our coverage of this year's final regular season contest It has been a wild ride. For Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, I'm Ernie Johnson. Now the playoffs begin on 2K Sports. See you back for that.